Okay, folks, buckle up. We are starting hot today. This man, Daniel, strolls in owing $43,000 in child support. 43 grand. And his opening move? Claiming the kid isn't even his after all this time. Seriously? You wait until you owe a house down payment to question biology? The audacity is simply off the charts already. What is actually happening here?
Who do you believe father is?
David.
Oh.
She had set car in a parking lot in Wisconsin.
Whoa, wait just a second. Rewind that. Did Daniel just claim his own brother, David, is the father? His brother. The gasp from the audience says it all, people. This isn't just doubt. This is straight up family explosion territory. Accusing your own brother after decades? This is already incredibly messy. The poor woman looks stunned. Can you even imagine hearing that bombshell dropped in court?
Just take
honor, but there was no car. It was under a bridge. My son, I already got that, but...
Hold everything. Did she just correct him? Not in the car, but under a bridge? Ma'am, is this a romance novel plot twist? My son is a bridge baby, she says with a straight face. The sheer nerve. People, this is peak television right here. I cannot make this up. You had an affair with his brother under infrastructure? Make it make absolute sense, please. Wild.
your brother?
I had a thought that it passed. I figured it was probably going wrong in the relationship and certain things, and it's like, wait a minute, you two must be getting together or something. And that
Get this logic from Daniel. He's saying things felt wrong. His brother David was acting suspicious, so he thought something was up back then. But did he get a test? No. He just stewed on it for years while racking up child support debt? Okay, detective, your timeline is making zero sense. Why wait until now if you had these major suspicions during the relationship?
After 3 years, we got married.
Oh, so then you married his brother.
Yeah.
You're gonna sleep with your husband's brother.
Oh, my goodness. She married the brother? Donna just casually confirms she married David, the man Daniel suspects fathered her son after divorcing Daniel. Is this a soap opera? People, the plot thickens into absolute concrete. So she divorces one brother and marries the other? This family tree is looking less like a tree and more like a tangled vine of pure chaos.
Hey, Jack, for a moment. You'd have to ask this man a sly tongue. He could pretty much talk anybody into gin, so I wouldn't doubt.
Wow. The son, William, speaks. He grew up thinking David, who could be the uncle, stepfather, and maybe father, was his dad until age 5, then was told Daniel was his dad. Then, just 2 years ago, his mom tells him David could be his father after all. This poor guy. Imagine the mental gymnastics. His entire identity has been a question mark thanks to these parental games. That is genuinely heartbreaking.
children. I have this right here, $43,000.
Let me see that evidence, please, Jerome. Amount of support you've been paying.
Since 1990.
Now, Mr. Vogel pulls out a huge sheet of paper detailing just how much he owes in child support. The man came prepared to prove William is not his son. He tells of how he'd been paying child support in 2 states, his other 3 children growing up broke and needy because he had to support a child he wasn't even sure was his. Doesn't your heart just break for the man?
I beat myself up for many years trying to the difference between walk through the dates. I've done everything for
Walk.
Okay, Daniel is trying to piece together his timeline of suspicion again. He's pointing fingers at dates, trying to make his doubt seem logical now. Judge Lake isn't buying this convenient memory jogging, especially after decades of silence and payments. You can practically see the wheels turning in his head, trying to justify dodging that massive debt. It's almost impressive levels of reaching, folks.
Brother. Sex with his brother on his birthday?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
Whoa. When?
By now, dear listener, you're no stranger to absolutely wild claims on paternity court, but this particular one takes the cake. So apparently, while she was married to Daniel, Donna had sex with David on his birthday. Was she giving him a birthday present? Really? Her brother-in-law? Wonderment. If you're floored, have no fear. The entire courtroom shakes their heads and Judge Lake lets out a whoa. Whoa, indeed.
Here we go. In the case of Vogel versus Vogel, his brother David Vogel is the father of 31-year-old William Vogel.
Here we go. The moment of truth is almost upon us. Judge Lake has the results envelope. Look at their faces. Daniel looks like he's praying for a miracle to erase that $43,000 debt. Donna seems emotional but maybe confident. And William, the son caught between two brothers, he just looks like he needs an answer. Any solid answer. The tension is absolutely suffocating.
It has been determined by this court, Mr. Daniel Vogel, his father. Ms. Williams, you've petitioned the court for a DNA test because are certain Mr. Glover is your son's biological father. A major operation coming up, and you say identifying his father must take place before the surgery. Is that?
Okay, let's dive into this. So, Ms. Williams needs a DNA test because she is certain Mr. Glover is the father. But wait, there's more. Her son has a major operation coming up, and Mr. Glover apparently thinks his own brother is the actual dad? Whoa! Talk about family drama right from the start. This sounds like it is going to be quite the tangled situation, everyone.
Your Honor, I haven't seen this man in years. My son has cerebral palsy. He's undergoing a surgery because now he has a magnetic rod, the real spinal rod in his back.
Get this, folks. Ms. Williams needs the father identified before her son's critical surgery. Apparently, she isn't the same blood type, so if a transfusion is needed during the operation, the biological father's details are essential. Talk about high stakes. This isn't just about child support. This is literally about medical necessity. The pressure is definitely on to get the truth figured out, and fast. What an intense reason. Speaking of critical moments and life-changing situations, let's pause right here, because there's something important I want to share. Look, relationships are complicated. We see proof of that every day in this courtroom. But when your relationship hits crisis mode, you can't afford to wait until it's too late to act. This is exactly why so many couples turn to Brad Browning's Mend the Marriage program. Whether you're dealing with constant arguments, trust issues, or emotional distance, Brad's step-by-step guide gives you clear, practical strategies to heal your relationship from the inside out. Don't gamble with your relationship's future. Scan the QR code right now or click the link in the description. Take action today. Your relationship deserves it.
This is not the first time that we maternity court.
They got a maternity court now?
Well, it wasn't maternity court, it was for child support, and we did the DNA test.
Hold on now. Mr. Glover claims this isn't the first time they've tried court for child support, alleging she avoided the DNA test before he moved away to Texas. Seriously? He had doubts from the beginning but waited years and moved states before sorting this out. This smells fishy, people. Is he trying to avoid responsibility, or did she genuinely dodge the test? Make it make sense.
This man took my virginity, so I don't know how he feel, but he took my virginity. This is his child. I wouldn't be hauling his bag closed because he never did the DNA test.
Oh, here we go. Ms. Williams drops a bomb. She says Mr. Glover took her virginity. So, according to her, there's no chance anyone else could be the father. Mr. Glover admits they dated for about a year, but doesn't confirm her claim directly. Is she telling the absolute truth, or is this a tactic to strengthen her case? This just adds another layer to this already messy situation.
But I did see her with someone in the neighborhood, and it appeared to me that her was in his lap giving him oral sex. Did tell my son about.
Wow, just wow. Mr. Glover's mother is now claiming she saw Ms. Williams performing oral sex on some other guy in the neighborhood with her head in his lap. Are you kidding me? This is absolutely scandalous if true. Where does she even come up with this? Talk about throwing accusations around. The courtroom is definitely heating up now. This is pure, unadulterated chaos, everyone.
You know, from day one, it was always other stories. And to be honest, Ricardo looks like my younger son. My younger son than he does.
And the mother strikes again. Now she's doubling down, telling the court Ms. Williams was a busy young lady, and definitely not the virgin she claims to be. What a direct attack. She seems absolutely convinced Ms. Williams was involved with multiple people. Is this a concerned grandmother telling the truth, or is she just trying to protect her son? The plot thickens, doesn't it?
He's saying he
That
saw her
never-
naked, but nothing happened.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, were you sleeping with it? You had a
never
very
slept
close
with him.
relationship.
I've never.
Okay, the tension is through the roof. Ms. Williams vehemently denies ever sleeping with Mr. Glover's brother, calling his mother a liar. Judge Lake is pressing her, asking point blank, but she sticks to her story. The mother insists she saw something, even if she can't prove intercourse. It's pure he said she said, but the accusations involving the brother are incredibly serious and add major confusion here.
Do you want to see this letter?
What is that letter?
From his brother.
Jerome, let me see that evidence, please. Received from Mr. Glover's brother.
Correct.
And you submitted this letter to the court to...
Hold up! Ms. Williams hands over a letter from Mr. Glover's brother to Judge Lake, hoping to prove her point. She claims this letter confirms he's the child's uncle, not the father. At first glance, it seems to support her story. But then, bam! Mr. Glover's brother drops a curveball in the letter, saying the child actually looks like him. Wait, what? Talk about throwing a wrench in the situation. This just got a whole lot stranger.
That's his uncle. I mean, I had never slept with him.
My brother had never, like,
And I did so much
I
for
have a
him.
son, and going by.
All right, we're moments away from the truth. Ms. Williams just wants Mr. Glover to be active in his son's life, especially with the upcoming surgery and the support needed. She looks absolutely drained by this whole ordeal. Mr. Glover seems less certain, still holding on to his doubts. You can feel the weight of this decision. Who is telling the truth? The envelope holds the answer. Everyone.
Mr. Glover, you are the father.
Miss Slade, you admit you had sex with your ex-boyfriend is with one of his good friends. Mr. Simpson denies paternity of your son. Mr. Simpson, you argue that not Slade admit to having sex with one of your friends, so a third man who you believe could be the father.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, folks, we dive straight into paternity court, and the setup is already promising pure chaos. Ms. Slade admits she was intimate with her ex, Mr. Simpson, and one of his close friends. Then Mr. Simpson hits back, claiming not only the friend, but possibly a third man, his own brother, could be the father. Seriously? His brother? This is going to be absolutely wild, everyone.
I will admit that I have had on with me, Eric, and Mr. Simpson, but I come to see what's going on and who I really believe is Mr. Simpson's, but it could be a...
Whoa, very spicy. Barely a minute in, and Ms. Slade just casually admits, yes, I had relations with him and Eric. She says it so calmly. Eric is apparently Mr. Simpson's friend. This woman wasted absolutely no time getting straight to the messy details. No shame, no hesitation. You have to almost admire the directness, even if the situation itself is completely off the charts already. What a start.
We're actually planning on getting married, and I come home, and her son, he waits one day, he sits me there. So he goes on to tell me about the house to hide the car from him coming over, spending the night.
Get this. Mr. Simpson claims his own son heard Ms. Slade having relations with someone else on Thanksgiving, and she immediately shuts it down. That's not true, Your Honor. The speed of that denial. Someone is definitely not telling the whole truth here. Thanksgiving relations heard through the walls? This whole situation is just escalating into peak absurdity. Whose story are we even supposed to believe at this point?
Yeah, she might have messed with one of your homeboys. She might have messed, which was Eric.
They're gonna do
The
that
rumor
anyway.
was that she had messed with Eric and another one of my kids. Have a conversation at my grandmother's house with her and the other guy.
And here we go. Not holding back, Mr. Simpson lays out the rumors and whispers, confronting Ms. Slade directly about sleeping with his friend, Eric. The tension is thick enough to cut with a knife. He's laying it all out there. The rumors, the whispers. You can see the frustration boiling. She's just standing there, absorbing it. This is exactly the kind of direct confrontation we live for on this show. Let the accusations fly, people. It's getting heated now.
So you're also concerned about being the father of this child.
My brother's my heart. That's my road dog. He's my backbone and everything. So they hanging real tight. She tells me I'm always a being. I'm not doing nothing. We're always together.
Hold everything. Did this man just accuse his own brother over a birthmark similarity? People, the sheer audacity is staggering. Imagine the family dinners. Pure, unadulterated awkwardness forever. This is peak courtroom chaos unfolding right before our eyes. What possible explanation could justify dragging his brother into this mess? Is there no limit to the absurdity today? My mind is completely blown by this absolute twist.
My brother is always thinking that that's my son. Definitely not. Lakeisha slept with the whole time. My brother needs to leave her alone and get his son and go on about his business.
Wow, the brother James does not hold back via video. He straight up calls Ms. Slade nasty and claims she slept with the whole town. That is some serious family drama being aired out. He wants absolutely nothing to do with this situation or her. What venom! You can tell there's zero love lost between these two. This adds a whole new layer of yikes to an already messy situation.
She admits that she was intimate with you around the same, and she also slept with Mr.
Correct.
What do you have to add to this?
First off, that night that we slept together, it was a party that I threw, drinking, having a good time. And it wasn't just me who had slept with her. I went to the...
Oh, here we go. Mr. Lee is escorted into the courtroom, and the interrogation begins. Right off the bat, he admits to sleeping with her, but he doesn't stop there. Oh no, he drops a bombshell. It wasn't just him, but other guys on the same night. Are you kidding me? This is the kind of jaw-dropping drama that leaves everyone stunned. The courtroom just went from tense to absolutely explosive.
These male will go where the woman let him. He can't go there at her invitation. The only time I'll ever.
This lady got a problem.
Okay, if she says,
She have a
bring me another intoxicated to the point that she doesn't know who she knew
I know
before
who
she
I
got
sleep with.
intoxicated.
I slept with her.
And if she...
It's exploding now. Gerard's mother, Kathy Jones, is going head-to-head with Lakeisha, calling her out. The accusations are flying, the voices are raised, pure courtroom fireworks, and Judge Lake has to step in hard to maintain order. "Let me handle this," she commands. You know it's serious when the judge has to physically gesture for calm. This family feud is absolutely captivating, isn't it something?
I just want to know for a fact.
Don't know
I
for
slept
sure.
with both of them around the same
Understood.
time.
It's time for the results.
Here we are, moments before the truth bomb drops. Lakeisha looks emotional but hopeful, clinging to the belief that Gerard is the father. You can see the tears welling up. Gerard, on the other hand, looks incredibly tense, maybe even resigned. The weight of 3 potential fathers hangs heavy in the air. This is it. The moment of truth approaches. Who will it be? The anticipation is absolutely killer.
Mr. Lee, you are not the father.
All right.
So now let's go to the results. The 2 brothers. The child's father has been determined to be Mr. Please help.
I'm his father.
That her deceased son, Tyrell Jones, you say once the D proves your case, they need to step up for your baby. Ms. Sugden, you say without a doubt, father, Ms. Brogdon.
Okay, kicking things off. So Ms. Brogdon says her daughter's father is the deceased Tyrell Jones. But get this, folks, his mother and sister are here saying absolutely not. They believe she's just making this up after his death. This is already setting up to be some serious family drama. Proving paternity with a deceased person involved, this court session is starting with maximum intensity right out of the gate.
First of all, slept with 2 of my brothers. I can't trust anything she says, honestly. I mean, 2 of my brothers.
2 of them.
2 of my brothers.
And that's, but you're in court saying that just Tyrell is your daughter's father.
Hold everything. Did Ms. Sugden just drop the bomb that Ms. Brogdon slept with 2 of her brothers? Seriously? 2? Okay, the plot thickens dramatically, people. This completely changes the game. How can anyone trust a single word she says now? Sleeping with one brother while maybe dating the other. Make it make sense. This case just went from complicated to unbelievably messy. Wow.
I got pregnant in June.
How do you end up dating one guy, you dating, and then you sleep with his brother?
Because you're mad. Because you're
Just
mad.
for the anger?
Yes.
And so you did it to get back?
Wait, what? So Ms. Brogdon admits she slept with brother Paul because she was mad at brother Tyrell? Is that the excuse we're going with? He made me mad, so I slept with his brother. Outstanding logic right there. Truly top-tier decision-making. Forget couples therapy. Apparently sibling swapping is the new anger management technique. Are you kidding me with this? Pure, unadulterated relationship chaos, everyone.
You say you're very upset because...
No, how am I supposed to know that Tyrell's daughter?
She's not Tyrell, she's Pauldin. So family, bottom line.
What you mean, bottom line?
And here we go. The family feud erupts. Accusations flying left and right. Ms. Sugden says Ms. Brogdon tore the family apart, making brothers fight. Ms. Brogdon claims the family hates her and won't accept the child. It's a classic blame game, but the stakes are incredibly high with a child involved. This is getting heated fast. Who is actually telling the complete truth in this tangled mess?
Is there anyone else you were seeing during? And you say Tyrell, he wanted this pregnancy.
Yes, Tyrell went to every appointment. Even when she was at the hospital delivering the baby, she never called us, ever.
So let me grasp this. Tyrell supposedly wanted this baby, went to every appointment according to Ms. Brogdon. Yet, when the baby is actually born, she doesn't even call his family, not his mother, not his sisters. How does that compute? If he was so involved and excited, why keep his family completely in the dark during the actual birth? The math isn't mathing here, folks.
Spoke to you, but you were too busy crying. You hugged me and said Tyrell was gone.
I never hugged you. I like you.
Whatever. I didn't like you either. I don't like
They are upset because of the fact that you admittedly slept with brothers, Miss Brogdon, and it was.
Now the sister, Tiara, steps up. She confronts Ms. Brogdon, claiming she did see her pregnant at the repast, sitting right with the family. This directly contradicts what Ms. Brogdon seems to imply about being shut out. And Tiara says Ms. Brogdon never mentioned Tyrell being the father until after his death. The stories are just not aligning at all. Someone is definitely not presenting the full picture here.
And my brother is no longer here, and if he was here, he might have would have said it, baby. But
y'all
he's
went
not.
right along
But
with
he's not, and we would have.
But
Just like we went right along.
But he's not.
No, because my brother said it was his, so we went along with it.
Things are getting absolutely wild now. Tiara is accusing Ms. Brogdon of playing games with her deceased brother's memory, and frankly, the back and forth is intense. Judge Lake has to step in, reminding everyone how serious this is. We're talking about a child's paternity involving two brothers, one deceased. The disrespect accusation hangs heavy. The tension in this courtroom is off the charts right now, people.
First part of this testing is to determine whether or not either brother has fathered your child. If we make that determination, will be to determine which brother, in fact, fathered your child.
All right, this is it. The moment of truth arrives. Judge Lake has the DNA results. Is it the deceased Tyrell, the man Ms. Brogdon claims? Or could it be his brother Paul, the one she admits sleeping with out of anger? Two brothers, one child, one definitive answer is finally here. You can practically feel the anxiety radiating from everyone involved. Who is Quamira's biological father? Let's find out.
Is related to Quamira will determine which by this court, Mr. Paul Jones.
The results are in. First part, the family is related to Quamira. Okay, confirmed connection. Second part, Paul Jones is not the father, which means Tyrell Jones, the deceased brother, is Quamira's biological father. Wow! The relief and the apologies pour out immediately. Ms. Jones and Ms. Sugden embrace Ms. Brogdon. Tears everywhere. Finally, the truth brings some incredibly needed closure and hopefully healing for this family.
Tyrell Jones is biological father.
I'm sorry.
Mr. and your brother have brought your court today. You always believe the photograph is your father.
All right, people, strap in. We kick things off with two brothers, Arthur and Eugene, dropping a bombshell right out of the gate. They suspect the man they called Dad might actually be their uncle's brother. Hold on, wait. No, the man they thought was Dad might be his brother. Okay, starting strong with the family tree confusion. This is Lauren Lake's Paternity Court, and the drama's already simmering. Let's go.
You confess that you slept with both your and his brother. You admit you kept that secret from your sons throughout their lives.
Yes, I did.
Get this. Not only does Mom admit she slept with both her ex-husband and his brother, but Arthur claims Uncle Ronnie straight up told him, "You know I'm your son, right?" At a family barbecue. Okay, first, Uncle Ronnie, maybe choose a better moment. Second, Mom kept this tiny detail secret their entire lives. Absolutely staggering lack of communication here. This is pure chaos unfolding, and we are barely a minute in.
I did. I had no choice. I had nowhere to go. And I ended up at Mama Mildred's house. I lived there as well. We got intoxicated. We had a one-time thing, and that was it, which was a big mistake, Your Honor.
I had no choice, she says about sleeping with her ex-husband's brother. No choice? Seriously? Was she physically compelled? Then she claims it was just a one-time thing after getting intoxicated. Folks, the excuses are already flying fast and furious. It was a big mistake, sure, but blaming intoxication and lack of options? That's a wild defense strategy. Make it make sense. My disbelief levels are climbing rapidly here.
That's how I feel. I feel like because my dad, you could tell he kind of treated different from me.
Even you.
Growing up, yes, I did. He want to know come from who he is.
Now Eugene pipes up. He feels like the man they thought was their dad, John Ellis, treated his brother Arthur differently growing up. He even noticed it as a kid. Maybe Eugene always felt secure in his paternity, but saw signs Arthur wasn't getting the same fatherly connection. Adding fuel to the fire. Differential treatment based on potential paternity? That's cold. The plot thickens.
Maybe so.
What?
Well, you want to hear it? I'm going to tell you.
You ain't never said that before?
Well,
and I asked you who's my dad?
John Ellis.
You said John Ellis. Maybe somebody else might be my dad.
Well, you got son. We're going to bring it out. We'll bring it all out.
Hold everything! Just when you thought it couldn't get messier, Mom throws another name into the ring for Eugene's potential father. Are you kidding me? So now Arthur might have his dad or his uncle, and Eugene might have his dad, his uncle, or unnamed guy. This is peak absurdity. 3 potential fathers involved across 2 brothers. My mind is completely blown. Shiver me timbers.
My brother had put her and Eugene out, and they came back to Chicago. And while they were living with me, we only had sex once. She must have meant we only had sex once.
Uncle Ronnie is called to the stand. And whoa, he contradicts Mom's one-time thing story, claiming they slept together multiple times. He even throws shade, saying she probably doesn't remember the first time, let alone just one. Oh, the nasty, nasty web. She said one time, he says many times. Jesus, she was too out of it to recall. The finger-pointing is next level. Who is telling the truth here?
After hurt and the secrecy after secrecy and your mother, I was in a space and time and to stay alive. I'm dating these older women. I'm this young woman.
Judge Lake looks absolutely exasperated, and frankly, who can blame her? We've got decades of secrets. Mom sleeping with her ex, his brother, and some mystery man named Cool Breeze. There are potentially 3 different fathers for these 2 brothers combined. The judge points out the sheer confusion and hurt caused by all this secrecy. It's a lifetime of lies unraveling in court. You can feel the weight of it all.
No. Go through, son.
Whatever, I just want you to know, Mom, I'm proud to be a half man. You hear me? My kids is bright just like me, and I love it. I wouldn't have it.
The DNA results are in. Eugene gets emotional, saying he just needs them to have the same dad. You can see the pain and the desperate hope for that connection. Despite the fight they had, the brothers share a hug. This is it, the moment of truth after years of doubt and confusion. Whatever the outcome, this family needs healing. The tension is absolutely palpable right now. Here we go.
John Ellis is your father.
I knew that.
Been determined by John Ellis is your father.
Results time. First for Eugene. John Ellis, you are the father. Relief washes over Eugene. He knew it. He knew that was his dad. Okay, 1 down. Now for Arthur, the big question, is it Dad John or Uncle Ronnie? The results. John Ellis, you are also the father. They do share the same dad. Wow, all that drama with the uncle, Cool Breeze, for nothing. They're full brothers. Incredible.
I needed that. I needed that. I needed that. I needed that. You hear me? I was getting ready to go to Puerto Rico.
Mr. Pitchford Kendricks, you opened your case to prove that you are the biological father of the defendant's 2-month-old son, Javier. You claim she is denying paternity only because she wants to be with another man and needs him to be the father. Is that correct?
And we're back. Kicking things off with Mr. Pitchford Kendricks storms into court demanding answers. He is absolutely convinced he's the father of little Javier. The mother, apparently denying his paternity because she wants some other guy to be the dad instead. Oh, the drama is already brewing, people. This sounds like it is going to be a messy one. Let's see how this unbelievable situation unfolds.
Miss Saavedra, you admit you allowed 2 men into your bed at the same time, but you are convinced that Mr. Pitchford Kendricks is not Javier's biological father. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
What the fudge? Ms. Saavedra admits she allowed 2 men into her bed simultaneously? Seriously? And Mr. Pitchford Kendricks just wants to be a dad because he grew up without one. Okay, noble goal, incredibly messy execution. He brings a beautiful basket for the baby, showing he's serious. But 2 men at once? This defense seems questionable. What is happening in this courtroom already?
Me and the man that I believe is Javier's father, Maurice, was getting rocky. We decided to include Greg in our mix and try and spice things up.
Oh!
Get this. Ms. Saavedra says her relationship with Maurice, the other potential father, was getting rocky. So, what does she do? Invites Greg, our plaintiff here, into the mix to spice things up. Are you hearing this? Instead of fixing the relationship, they decided adding a third person was the answer? Make it make sense. This is peak relationship problem solving, apparently. Absolutely wild logic.
Off and on for like 10 years.
What?
It
wasn't 10 years.
It happened like this, Your Honor. I've been knowing her 10 years. After I got her and we became friends, you know, I was still kind of talking to her friend. You know what I'm saying? So,
oh, you still with the friend?
yeah,
Right.
after that.
Wait, rewind. Threesomes. Off and on for 10 years? He says this like it's normal. Oh, wait. He immediately corrects himself. It wasn't 10 years. He's known her 10 years. Then he says he introduced her to his half-cousin? No, his cousin's cousin? Sir, please get your story straight. This narrative is already a tangled mess of questionable connections and chaotic timelines. Unbelievable.
You were dating a woman, you ended up sleeping with her roommate. Then you developed a friendship with that roommate, and then she asked you to introduce her to somebody, so you introduced her to your cousin.
Yes, ma'am.
But then,
Yes, Your Honor.
her and your cousin invited you into their bed to have a threesome when their relationship needed spicing up.
Okay, let's try to untangle this absolute web. He was dating the roommate, slept with Ms. Saavedra, then became friends, introduced her to his cousin, or his cousin's cousin, and then the cousin and Ms. Saavedra invited him into their bed for threesomes to spice things up. While the cousin was apparently cheating, and Mr. Pitchfork Kendricks was getting in her bed to help her cheer up, my mind is completely blown. This is pure chaos. How does anyone keep track?
So you're saying you did the threesomes, but then you also would go over and sleep with her by yourself?
While he was at work, or, you know, while he was cheating.
Your Honor, that happened one time.
Cause I took her.
It was once. Maurice was out with a friend of mine at a hotel. I called him, asked him if he would take me up to the hotel to see if Maurice was there. Like, I had a feeling that he was. Sure enough, his car was there.
Judge Lake is trying to wrap her head around this unusual situation, asking whether they only had sex during the threesomes. Mr. Pitchfork Kendricks says no. As a matter of fact, they had sex while Maurice was at work, and even out cheating. Ms. Saavedra calls her friend Mr. Pitchfork Kendricks for comfort and has her revenge by sleeping with him. And he says, this was the moment the baby Javier was conceived. I have no words.
So you find out you're pregnant?
Yes, ma'am.
What do you do then?
I contacted Maurice and told him I was pregnant.
Okay, so you contact the guy that really was your boyfriend?
Yes, Your Honor.
So when you told him you were pregnant, did he say, it's not my baby, it's Mr. Kendricks?
He didn't say anything to the degree at the time.
So, after all this cousin swapping and threesome drama, Ms. Saavedra finds out she's pregnant. Who does she tell? Maurice, the cousin she was originally with. And what's his reaction? He immediately questions if the baby belongs to Mr. Pitchford Kendricks. Can you blame him after that complicated history? It seems even the potential fathers are confused about who was doing what, when, and with whom.
Me and Gregory wasn't messing around in May. I conceived in May.
It was April.
Right, and I conceived in May.
Okay, let me go to my conception calculator, because you all just all over the place. Ugh. So Javier's birthday is January 9th, 2019. Press calculate.
Ms. Saavedra gives her reasons for why she thinks Mr. Pitchfork Kendricks isn't the father. Even though they had threesomes, she didn't have sex with him during the window of conception. Mr. Pitchfork Kendricks begs to differ, however. He said they were together and having threesomes every weekends or every other weekend. It's hard not to pass judgment here, so I'll keep my thoughts to myself and let you be the judge of this labyrinth of infidelity.
Last year, Mercedes and I got into it because she thought I was having sex with another woman, which I wasn't. In retaliation, she had sex with my cousin Greg with no rubber. Shortly after, she comes up pregnant. I found out that they had been having sex behind my back for years. Since the dirty mess has come to light, I don't think her son is mine.
The plot is thick as gravy, everyone. A statement from Maurice Avery, the cousin, is read. He claims Ms. Saavedra thought he was cheating, so in retaliation, she had unprotected sex with Greg, and he found out they'd been doing this behind his back for years. He flat out says, "I don't think her son is mine. He looks like Greg." Isn't that something? The accusation game is strong here.
It has been determined by this court. Mr. Pitchford Kendricks, you are not the father.
All right, here we are. The moment of reckoning. Judge Lake has the results. After all the roommate swapping, cousin introductions, retaliatory unprotected encounters, and threesome shenanigans, we are finally going to find out. Look at Mr. Pitchford Kendricks, desperately hoping. Look at Ms. Saavedra, cool as a cucumber. Who is Javier's biological father? The suspense is intense, folks. Place your final bets now.
I can see that really disappointed you. You thought you were.
Yeah, Your Honor. You know, I tried to step up to the plate, you know, because I ain't have a father.
You sitting over here with this beautiful basket, and it seems like...
Yeah, I'm going to give it to her anyway.
Thank you.
Thank you.